Okay, I think that means we are live. Thank you very much for having us on Midwest Speed Fest. In this mid-spring speed fling marathon. Thank you so much. But anyway, I'm here with Astronomus, my commentator. Say hello, Astro.
Hello. I run this video game.
And so do I, as it turns out. So this is Link's Awakening DX. This is, well, The Legend of Zelda, Link's Awakening DX. This game was released in 1998. It is the DX means it's basically, so it's an adaptation or a sort of improvement.
Port.
Yeah, it's an enhanced port of the original Link's Awakening, which was released for the Game Boy, not color, back in 1993. And this version has a bit of differences, or a good bit of differences, I should say. The main one being it's in color. I think no other ones are really, honestly, like this category really doesn't exist yet for LA, for like the original LA, but
yeah, because the game runs completely differently.
Yeah, like especially like the way data is handled and stored and organized and whatnot. So and that comes in really important in this run, and it would be hell to route for LA, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get started in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so this category is really what's the best word to describe this, Astro, this category? What do you think?
It barely exists.
Oh, okay, all right, cool. That's a good starting.
Yeah.
That's a good starting point.
It's like it's a speed run, kind of.
Yeah, basically it shouldn't exist, but it does anyway. So, all right, this is 100% no restrictions, which is exactly what it sounds like. Well, maybe it's exactly what it sounds like, but no restrictions means you can get any item however you want. There is no source requirement for any items. Instruments, heart containers, permanent inventory upgrades, as well as items and their upgrades, as well as capacity upgrades as well. I think that's about it.
Yeah.
And pictures, yes, pictures as well. All right, so we're gonna start here by getting the sword. Holding out your shield there extends your hitbox by 1 pixel and allows you to get your sword a little bit early there. All right, so I'm gonna kill 4 enemies. This run is based around one particular glitch called the doghouse glitch, which you'll see what it does in just a second, but I need to kill 4 enemies. That's fine, whatever. So I need to be very careful not to accidentally, kill something extra or one too few. So that's 4 right there. So one thing about this game is that if you enter a loading zone to transition submaps from a coordinate where the game does not expect, this happens. So now we're in hell. So this is the sort of playground, so to speak, around which this category is based. We're going to use this particular glitch to get a lot of different items here, including right here, we're going to get the boots.
Also,
Make us
time
go
for the
fast.
best soundtrack in the game.
Yep, here we go.
This song, it's a song, all right.
Yeah, like I'm telling you, like, Koji Kondo, Uematsu, they got nothing on this soundtrack.
Yeah.
We just got the bow, by the way, which is ordinarily not supposed to be gotten in a chest at all. You're supposed to only be able to get it in a shop. And this bow comes with no extra arrows, but that's fine. Doesn't actually matter because of the fact that we're getting capacity upgrades later.
Yeah.
So
I really like the green.
Yeah, this the colors are really nice here. They're really psychedelic, if you will. But yeah, so there's our feather. There's another really broken item.
Oh wait, did we just get the shovel?
We did.
Like from a chest?
Yep.
That's not technically possible.
It's also
under
not supposed to happen, yeah. Yep. All right, so now that we've gotten all the items that were to get there, we're going to move on. And we're going to enter the ocarina shrine and go to sleep. We're going to grab the ocarina real quick, and then we're going to go out of bounds once again. Once again, meaning like, for the first time, actually.
Yeah.
Technically, I guess the doghouse wrong warp brought us out of bounds, but yeah, now we're going to actually, like, physically go out of bounds. doing something called a super jump. Do you want to explain how super jumps work, Astro?
So basically, the game assumes so you can clip into a ledge or into a wall, and that's just for realism's sake to make it so it's not really weird with the tiles. But that can be abused because most walls are considered ledges, and so if you're clipped into a wall and jump, then change your direction in midair, the game will think that you're jumping off the ledge from that position, and so it'll put you in this ledge fall state, and you can basically go over anything. And that basically means that you can just go out of bounds pretty much anywhere you want.
Yeah. And we'll be doing that in the water later, but we'll explain more about that when we get there. So this is Mambo's Mambo, by the way. And Mambo, as you know, everybody remembers him from their childhood.
Yeah, with the polluted water.
Of course. The polluted water.
That's what it is.
Yeah, there's a real problem with that in Holland, apparently. I'm going to grab that heart, because health is really scarce in this run. I'm going to go ahead and grab that health while I can.
Yeah, good idea.
Whoops. Okay, so now that we're done with that segment, we're going to go back into the doghouse after killing 5 enemies this time, and the layout's going to be very slightly different. We're going to get some different items.
Yeah, the doghouse, basically, where the doghouse takes you is dependent on your kill count, which is normally only really used to track what your piece of power count and your acorn count will be, but for some reason it takes part in where the doghouse takes you, so that's a very key component of this run.
I do need to say, as a sort of forewarning / footnote, I don't think anybody really knows for sure what exactly is happening in this run, so this is definitely something that, you know, should be taken as the spectacle it is and not as a sort of technical demonstration.
Also,
sensitivity
warning.
Yeah, huge photosensitivity warning here. Flashing lights. If you're sensitive, please look away now.
Yeah. Also, turn down your volume. It's going to be very loud.
Yeah, it could get very loud. Sometimes it doesn't. In fact, now it seems pretty manageable. But yeah, this part can actually produce like some really, really loud buzzing noises, which are very unpalatable, if you will. But anyway, we're getting capacity upgrades now. And we just got items like the mirror shield, the hook shot, the magic rod, and now we are going to grab 4 seashells from the same chest. Because we can. And this actually works out for routing later. We're going to grab 6 shells in the overworld. And then in another section later, we're going to duplicate seashells using the 10 that we have, and we'll explain how that works later. I just want to make sure that I have 4. I do. Okay, good.
Yeah, and then while we're able to duplicate seashells later, you know, you may wonder, oh, why don't you just get all the seashells right there? It's actually a bit faster to duplicate them later on, and so it's just better. So we just grab 4 there instead.
Oh, what is this noise?
Oh no.
It's the game crying out for help, basically. But yeah, like we had like some like a siren was going off or something. I have no idea. Yeah. All right, so wait, did I save and quit? I think I did.
Yeah,
I want to make sure that okay. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, we want to make sure that we reset the kill count because, as mentioned, kill count is very important for the doghouse, and if you save and quit or die, that resets the count.
So yeah, those doghouse sections, by the way, they are very, actually, they're very volatile in the sense that there are like loading zone triggers and invisible barriers like pretty much everywhere around you, and you're sort of like tiptoeing around them. So like I'm moving in a very specific way in a lot of cases in order to avoid accidentally transitioning. Like right here, there's just a transition, but that time I meant to do it, so it's fine. But yeah, so now we're in
that staircase.
Yeah, so now we're in dungeon 2, or you know, something resembling dungeon 2.
Yeah, with the basically a sort of no clip sort of state. Oh hey, look, my favorite instrument.
Yeah. Also, very very nice exposition there, or very nice exposition. Exhibition. There we go. Thanks, Link. Appreciate it.
Yo, look at that. Look at all these mimics.
Yeah, look at that instrument. That's a really nice instrument, isn't it?
My favorite.
What's that one called? I call that one the pocket lint. The magical, colorful pocket lint. They actually all look like that, so so be warned. So we're gonna grab that seashell. We're gonna bonk this tree and grab this seashell.
I'd like to think the windfish lost all of his pocket lint, and so he just completely started having nightmares about it.
Yeah, and we need to use the pocket lint to wake the windfish now instead of the instruments.
We're trying to make him feel better.
So now we're actually doing something as intended. We are learning the battle of the windfish. I know, right? It's like, this is weird, right? Like, this is...
I think this is the longest stretch of the run where you're doing something normal.
Yeah, like... this isn't how I remember the game from my childhood. Like, I mean, no. I was always like... I was always in the doghouse as a kid. But,
Also, fun fact, the notes coming out of the ocarina come out randomly.
Oh, really? I actually didn't know that.
Yeah, they're random.
There are a lot of things in this game that are random. Like, I think the mermaid swimming is random as well.
Yeah,
I think like
completely random. Yeah, you can lose time to that if you don't do the save, or if you don't do the save and quit. It's what is this game?
Oops. All right, so we're back in the doghouse. This time we're in Doghouse 3, I believe, for the first time. Doghouse 3 is where we're going to be getting most of our instruments, including this one, which is the Dungeon 4 instrument is what we're going to be getting now.
Oh yeah, we also got some dungeon keys from that chest.
Yeah,
it was apparently a leaf. It said, but I don't believe it. Same with that power bracelet. That's not a power bracelet.
Yeah, so like for instance, in that room right there that looked like the library in Mabe Village, if I were to move like a couple of pixels down from where I was, I would have just like teleported to the library. So yeah, and that's not where I want to go. Say hi to Anglerfish, by the way.
Hello.
there he was. So now we're in Dungeon 4, and we have the sad game of Connect 4.
Yep. Just put one in, and that's it. You win.
So I did something there called is it staircase storage?
Yeah, staircase storage.
Yeah, it's something like if you enter a room that's like very obviously from a certain dungeon and then hit a loading zone, you will basically go to that dungeon, and that's pretty reliable, honestly. So like if you
like, store the coordinates.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Do you want to explain what I'm doing now? This is the overworld slaughter section. So,
first off, this is a trick called a super swim. So, you know how I explained how the super jump makes it so you can go over anything. And when you land, you get your hitbox back, and the game considers you grounded. Well, if you're swimming, that doesn't happen. So you can basically just go through everything on the overworld without any issue. And so now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be using this ability to go around the entirety of Koholint to get a ton of kills, to get picture slots and a special tunic. And so, yeah, enjoy just slaughtering all of Koholint Island.
Yep. I have this, I have certain splits for this run, and I call this split I Killed Koholint, because that's essentially what's going on. Yeah, it is 90 enemies to overflow data in your inventory to get pictures and a blue tunic. Or, actually, there's a certain glitch tunic I can get that I think I'm going to try for it, because it looks cool.
Yeah, the rupee tunic.
Yeah, it's a little bit more dangerous, but...
It's also possible to get a glitched green tunic, but that's like really far out of the way of what you'd want, because you need a certain enemy value for that, and it's just not nearby.
I'm actually gonna do a really safe strat here. Actually here, wait, I kind of messed up my... There we go, okay. So, falling in that hole there is actually super bad, so I'm not gonna risk that at all. Falling down that hole would make me lose my super swim state, and would be very, very bad. I'd have to basically redo this whole section.
You would also have to walk all the way back. And that's just not fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, that having that capacity upgrade is so useful because you can just shoot everything.
Oh yeah, it really is. Fun fact, by the way, so when I got my capacity upgrades earlier, if you die or save and quit to get out of there instead of playing the Mambo, you'll actually lose the capacity upgrades. I don't know why, but you just will. You'll just lose them. They'll go away. All right, so
I honestly don't know.
This screen, I need to kill these enemies in a very particular order. And there we go. Okay, I got the normal blue tunic. That's fine. That's for safety. So yeah, now I'm blue.
Yeah, the other tunics you can get, as I mentioned, the glitched green, the glitched red. You can get the red tunic as well. The different tunics will have different effects, and even though they're technically considered different types of tunics, only the blue tunic, the glitched tunic, and the red tunic actually give effect.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the blue tunic in this run over the damage tunic, because, you know, even though the damage tunic does do more damage, it's not really that useful, because pretty soon after this, you get the L2 sword, and I think it really only saves time in, like, one location in the run, and that's on the final boss.
Yeah, and then getting the glitched red tunic also messes with the kill route a little bit, and it's just like, you might as well just get the blue tunic.
Yeah, so this picture here, I needed to get that rupee, because if there are any sprites on the screen, all of this picture won't happen. So we are getting this picture now. There are some pictures that we get legitimately. Well, quote-unquote legitimately. Like, I did just walk through, like, 15 walls to get there, but, you know, it's whatever. Other than that, it's legitimate. But, yeah. So...
Yeah, it's also important to mention that during that little walkthrough, we activated the picture side quest.
Yes.
Which...
Yeah, like, I never went to Mauser's house at all to activate the pictures. But, yeah, we have the picture side quest active now. Because reasons.
Yep.
Because I guess when you have a picture, the game decides, like, okay, yeah, you're fine. You can get pictures now.
Yeah, it also gives you the picture of you being, of Link, you know, taking the picture in the rat's house, so... that's like the flag for...
I really don't want to take damage here. I also don't want to kill either of those, just for safety. So right here, good. Those moblins lined up pretty well to kill two. Kill count is really important here, and so we're about to explore the cave submap here. The cave submap is pretty... it's a lot smaller than the dungeon submap. But yeah, this is the cave submap. By the way, I just got a picture for stealing.
Whoop. And some bombs. We didn't need the bombs, but you know, it was... You actually don't even get
the bombs.
Oh wait, really?
Yeah, you don't get the bombs. You just get the picture for stealing.
Also, sick beats here.
Yeah, really good Mabe Village remix. This is the final boss screen, but frankly, I'm terrified. I'm out of here. So we're gonna leave that place. I'm a little spooked, also, honestly.
We are now in the debug speed state, where you're only supposed to enter this state if you know, are in debug mode.
In debug mode, yeah.
Yeah, but
exactly.
Because if you, like, enter some random, like, cutscene trigger while out of bounds like this, you can... The game's like, debug. And so basically, it's a way better Super Swim. You can transition down, you can... go really fast. It's just way more useful.
Yeah, and transitioning down actually is like necessary coming up here soon, so yeah, it's a good thing.
Also, by the way, Super Swims, if you transition down, the game crashes.
Yeah, but not in debug mode, so I actually need to count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. All right. So yeah, we just duplicated 9 seashells.
Yeah.
In order to get 20 to get our level 2 sword. So there we go. This is actually the Seashell Mansion screen, where you get the L2 sword, where you like go and you can basically the Seashell Mansion gives you gift seashells for having 5 and 10 seashells. So we had 10 entering, but we did something called bomb triggering in order to duplicate the shells. By the way, flashing lights warning once again coming up here and on this next screen here, so look away if you're sensitive.
Mm-hmm.
So bomb triggering. The game really doesn't like. In fact, the game will not even let you have 2 bombs on the screen at the same time. But if you manage to place 2 bombs on the screen within 4 frames of each other, it kind of freaks out. So there are a couple different ways to do that, and every bomb trigger that I just did there was done by mashing bombs down a pit, which you can do. You can also do it using transition.
Yeah.
All right, so that was the Frog Song of Soul. I'm sorry I talked over it, but anyway.
No, you don't need to be sorry.
At least we had some good visuals to go along with it.
Indeed.
All right, so now we
the bush sprites, my favorite.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Same. I don't know why this happens. I don't know why anything happens in this run.
It normally only happens if you overflow your health, but apparently Doghouse does weird stuff and he just starts putting pixels on the sprites that shouldn't be there.
Pixels on pixels.
Yeah.
Alright, so here I'm going to enter what looks like Dungeon 3. It is Dungeon 3, sort of.
Yeah, that's how I remember it.
Yep.
I mean, the palette is Dungeon 3.
Yeah, and killing Bow Wows, of course, is the main feature of Dungeon 3.
Thank God.
So that key gave me all the heart containers, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now we have Dungeon 3's instrument.
Oh boy, missing now.
We caught missing, though. So a funny thing about the Frog Song in this, it takes all of your rupees, no matter how many rupees you have. And I think every rupee you have past 300 actually costs you a frame.
Yep.
At least that's what Velatoge said. By the way, huge shout out to Velatoge, who basically pioneered this category and made it like possible to run.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
there's
this
a lot
is
of research that goes into making any of this work. It's one of the reasons why the original version doesn't have no restrictions, because it's just so complex and so difficult to really route it all to actually work.
Yeah, it's just straight up different too. Like things are organized differently in the game, like within the game's code. Oh god, this menu is so bad. It's one of those
times where the overlap is just pretty much non-existent.
Okay, so now we're going down in the doghouse instead of up, and this is we're gonna get the Dungeon 7 instrument here, so we're gonna teleport into Dungeon 7 and use some weird transitions there.
Yep.
And we're going down.
Going down.
Down a little too far, but whatever, that's fine.
Perfect.
And there we go. So this is Dungeon 7's instrument, right?
Yeah.
Right? Like totally, you'd think this is Dungeon 7's instrument, right?
Yeah,
you would
so
think.
Normally it would take you to the correct location.
Yeah, it turns out this is D7's instrument. However, we don't come out at D7. It's actually really convenient how this route works out, because we come out at Dungeon 8 and we just re-enter Dungeon 8, and we're gonna do a trick called the lava swim here. Oh, frame early, that's fine.
Yeah, normally you need to use your sword for a lava swim, but because of that specific position, you don't have to worry about your subpixels, so you can basically make the game think you're swimming in the lava, because they just use the same code for liquids.
Yeah.
I guess the actual instrument.
Yeah, we got a drum. I think that's actually the only instrument in the game that's, or the only instrument in this run that looks normal, and of course it's the drum.
Hey, I mean, you need in your band of Pocket Land, you need some percussion.
Exactly. Exactly. All right, so now we're gonna do a whole bunch of stuff to get the magnifying glass, which is the end of the trade sequence in this run. We do complete the trade sequence to get the boomerang in this run because that is kind of necessary. Oops. There we go.
Yeah.
I'll skip.
Nice. Nice. How precise is that dash off the screen?
It's not awful. It's like you have at least like maybe 10 frames.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like if I had to guess. So this is actually a really good demonstration of like how all the caves in the game are intertwined or are connected on the same submap. So we're just gonna kind of use this cave submap, go out of bounds here in order to get here to Martha's Bay. Right to Martha herself, I presume. Is this Martha? I think this is Martha.
I am unsure of this. All we know is that she was a model for the mermaid statue made by like that alligator guy, and then he's like, nope, I didn't complete my work and I don't want to.
Yeah, they definitely didn't complete their work. They left a giant hole underneath the statue. So like yeah, where the magnifying glass happens to be. And you can access the hole. Yeah, you can access the hole by getting the scale that we just got from the mermaid. So we're gonna go do that. This is this is one of our last pictures. We still have 2 pictures to get after this. Both involve having Marin with you or following you.
Yeah.
We'll get to that later.
Oh,
so
yeah, we will.
Buffer jump out of the water there. And, ooh, nice RNG on the Buzzblob, staying out of my way.
Thank you, Buzzblob.
Yeah, that Buzzblob can be a pain.
Yeah,
he can, like, come down and block you.
Yeah, unfortunately, we can't just, like, super swim into the statue because the statue's completely solid.
Yeah.
Transition is inaccessible, so we can't do early lens like an LAS. So...
Alright,
it's
so we're gonna
too bad, but whatever.
Go back out of bounds here. We're gonna get back to Trombo Shores, which allows us to get the boomerang super quickly. And there we go.
Perfect.
Bombs and arrows.
And now we gotta go to the boomerang. Goria vendor person.
That you can only see with the magnifying glass, by the way. So you can only get that after you complete the trade sequence.
Yeah, and we give away the shovel because why would you give away anything else?
Yeah, we don't need the shovel. Okay, I need to not kill anything else here. I also need to equip Feather.
Yeah. Gotta save those frames.
Yeah, so we're going to enter the doghouse one more time, but first we're going to get some pictures. If we have any donations that have come in, now would be a really good time to read said donations.
That is perfect, because we do have donations coming in, and we do have one from Ori Sky for $16 saying, "Hey Teach, one of your mods here. I hope you enjoy Link's Nightmare." And with that donation, that is also the goal met for opening the egg later on.
Let's go. Thank you for letting me RNG manip and also letting us see a really cool cutscene as well. But yeah, thank you so much for reaching that goal. Y'all are awesome. Ori, thank you so much for the donation.
Do we have time for more?
Sure, go ahead.
All right, cool. Because we also got $5 from Young Tonefish, saying this looks like Link has some weird fever dream. So basically not that different from what originally happens in Link's Awakening, I guess. Putting this towards saving the animals because they're cute. Less than 3. Thank you so much for both of those donations.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
All right, so we're about to go get Dungeon 6's instrument.
Gotta be very precise at this movement here because don't want to get caught anywhere.
I call this split going to hell because just watch.
Going pretty deep.
Yep. And there we go.
Nice.
Yeah, the movement there is actually very particular. So, like, when you're in dungeons like that and zipping downwards, I'm actually alternating between holding down into the transition and not holding down, because otherwise you swim. And
Yeah.
I mean, there's water there, I guess, but yeah, otherwise you just like swim and you have to swim all the way down to the next transition.
Yeah, sometimes if you hold down, you get sent too far.
Yeah.
And then it just becomes a pain to get back up.
Yeah, so like that's actually very controlled. It's very consistent. At least that, particular movement is. All right, so now I need to boots upward to wrap down and around, and so something strange here. Watch this. I'm gonna push this button, or what looks like a button, and hey, there's something following us.
That looks like
I wonder what it is.
Magical pocket lint is following us.
I wonder what it is.
Well, we don't see him anymore.
Yeah, it's because we're in a dungeon. So we're about to see who that is, actually, or what that is.
Who's that?
Well, I
Pokemon?
kind of spoiled it a little earlier. So I did mention that the last two pictures we need Marin to follow us, right? Yeah, that's Marin. It was just in a really, it was just her final form, Marin's final form.
Yeah, she was also just chilling by a button as well.
Yeah. Yeah, pressing the button is what actually gave us Marin. All right, so let's see. So we're gonna get
broken menu.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know what my menu is right now. So we're gonna get this rooster-centric picture here. And then we're gonna re-enter the doghouse for one last time with the intention of getting our last instrument. And then we're gonna enter the doghouse again. No, we're not actually, because we're opening the egg, right? We are opening the egg, so I will not be entering. This is the last time we'll enter the doghouse, so savor it, I guess.
Thank you.
I'm not clipped enough. There we go. So this instrument's actually really finicky. This is gonna be Dungeon 1's instrument, which of course we get last. But yeah, the jump here can just kind of like wrap you around the screen randomly, and we didn't get it. Cool, we didn't get screwed. Nice.
Very nice. Also, that was a lot of stairs.
Yeah, I call that split falling downstairs.
And we get one less Stalfos for the road.
Yep. So we have, that Stalfos on the left there looks like an unused sprite of sorts.
Yeah.
It looks like an actual Stalfos, like an actual, like, creepy Stalfos. Something out of a creepypasta. This whole run is something out of a creepypasta, to be honest with you.
You thought Majora's Mask was creepy? You haven't seen this game.
Ben drowned and got nothing on this. Link drowned. Link drowned in the floor. Alright, so one last order of business here. We're gonna equip Mambo, and we're gonna get in here. What is that spray on my B button? I don't know what that was. That was like the boots ocarina.
Yep.
Alright, and we're going to Mambo away from here. That was the last picture and the last thing that we need for 100%, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to open up my submenu here. You can see I have 12 out of 12 pictures. Whoops. The ocarina menu is awful, by the way.
Yep.
Yeah, because it opens the submenu every single time you hover over it. Not every time you menu for it, every time you hover over it. So like you want that thing as far out of your way as you can when you menu. I didn't really have a menu route for this run, honestly, but normally you'd have one, and it's nice to have one. All right, so we're going to open the egg here, and thank you again for donating for this, by the way. I'm gonna play the Battle of the Windfish, and look at this text right here that comes up. So that text actually was Marin telling you that you're not very good at playing the ocarina.
Despite it being her song.
Yeah, despite it being the song that she taught you. So the game thinks that I don't know any songs right now. I don't know why, but that's the text that comes up when you play like the default like garbled bit of notes when you don't know any songs. So yeah, that's a thing. I don't know why it's a thing, but it is. But okay, so I'm going to bring up the Aghanim Manip chart here. Okay, so, and thank you to your generous donations. Yeah, thanks to your generous donations, I can enter the egg normally and enter the final boss normally, which is actually going to allow me to RNG manipulate the fight. So I should not get any blue balls. I should get a blob quick kill every time, like 100%. And yeah, so thank you for letting me do that, because RNG otherwise is awful in this run.
So like how the manip works, so under ordinary circumstances we cannot manipulate in this game because the music rolls RNG. But if we bomb trigger this cutscene coming up, we can completely skip the text, which would be the trigger for the music, and so we can set up do a setup so that we can kill this Nightmare Zol without using the powder, and then we can completely manipulate Aghanim.
Yep, so that bomb lay right there was actually part of the manipulation. There's another way to do that involving sword slashes, but I prefer that way if I can do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, every time Aghanim moves around here, I'm actually plugging his locations into an app made by Real Critical and done with research by Vlak and Sagas, so thank you so much to those folks. But yeah, this manipulation is actually fantastic. It allows you to 100% of the time never get any blue balls, so I'm standing either against the wall or a pixel away from the wall each time here, because X coordinate is what determines, pretty much the sole thing that determines whether or not you get a blue ball there.
Yeah.
So
coming up is gonna be a little trick.
Yep.
You...
Death Eye skip here. So I need to identify the frame here, and I got number 3. So 1, 2, 3. So I just buffered 3 frames. And that bat on the right should stay there, just like that. Perfect.
Yep.
So, yeah, so the bat basically has 0 health. So the game just sees something on the screen with 0 health and assumes it's Death Eye.
Time.
Yeah, that's time, by the way. That's the end of the run. So the game just says, oh, there's something on the screen with 0 health. Death Eye must be dead. Spawn the stairs. End scene. And that is Link's Awakening 100%, no restrictions. And that was actually a pretty decent run. I got 35.53 on my end with opening the egg. That's actually really, really good.
Yeah, that's pretty solid.
So yeah, I'm actually really happy with that run. So, but yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed Link's Awakening DX, or at least, you know, a run that resembled Link's Awakening DX as a game. But yeah, yeah, thank you all very much for watching. Thanks for having us. Yeah, this is raising money for a really, really good cause, Sweet Relief Musicians Fund. But yeah, I'll be chipping in, and you should consider doing it too if you haven't. So thanks very much, and thanks for helping us meet the incentive as well. I think there's another incentive for if I recall correctly, Sex Rex to do Celeste Classic 2.
That is correct, yes.
That sounds really, really cool to watch, and I would suggest donating towards that if you haven't already. But yeah, thank y'all again so much for coming out, for watching. I really appreciate it. And thanks to Midwest Speed Fest for having us on Mid-Spring Speed Fling. And I'm out. And thanks again, Astro, for commentary. And thanks for...
Thank you.
And thank you as well for hosting Tainted Tally.
No problem. It was my pleasure.
Thank y'all so much.